Okay, as we're coming up to the side of the bus, we want to make sure our inspection sticker is in place. We're going to check our doors. We're going to make sure that the seal is in good shape. It's not dry rotted. There aren't chunks of rubber missing out of it. We're also going to check the glass, make sure the glass is not excessively dirty, cracked, or broken. Okay. We're going to check the handrails, make sure the handrails are secure and the bolts are all in place. Check the tread on the stairs, make sure it's not rolling up in any place. We don't see any divots or bumps indicating that the underside is rusting out, and all the screws are in place on the tread. Grab the handrail as we're getting on the bus. When we get on the bus, we've got our fully stocked bodily fluid kit. We have our fully stocked first aid kit in the cubby hole. Okay. We have our emergency box, which has 6 30-minute fusees, 3 reflective triangles, and 3 emergency assistance cards. We also have our flashlight. Okay. And we have our fire extinguisher, 5-pound fire extinguisher. The needle is in the green with a current inspection sticker. And this bus, we don't carry spare fuses because it runs on circuit breakers. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is turn the bus on and make sure that all the lights go off on the dash. The curly Q light means that the engine needs to warm up, so we don't start the bus till that goes off. And then this check engine light should go off. I'm also going to put on my seat belt, make sure it's not ripped, torn, or frayed, and it locks into place properly. And I'm also going to make sure my seat is not broken, ripped, frayed, and it's positioned for me. Okay, we're going to check the windshield, make sure that the molding is in place and it doesn't show any sign of leaking water or damage. Make sure that the windshield is not cracked or broken or excessively dirty. And then we're going to check our mirrors to make sure they're properly adjusted to us and to make sure that they're not cracked, broken, or excessively dirty. Okay, we have mirror 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our visor. When we're doing pickups and drop-offs, we'll remember that we will do a double take on the crossovers, which will make mirror 8 and 9 for the mirror count. Okay, what I'm going to do now is my CDL air brake check. To do that, To do that, we're going to release the brake by pushing it in, which is going to test the air storage tanks. What I'm doing is hovering my foot over the brake, and we're just going to let the needle settle into place. When the needle settles into place, we should not lose more than 2 pounds of pressure per minute. You would ask the examiner if he wants to time that or not. Usually they will say not. Okay, now we're going to put our foot firmly on the brake, sending air through the air lines, and once the needle settles into place, we're making sure we're not losing more than 3 pounds of pressure per minute. when the needle settles, and you would ask the examiner if they want to time you or not, and again, they usually will not. Then we're going to pump the brakes down, and when it gets between 60 and 75 pounds of pressure, the light and the buzzer should come on. And then when we get between 20 to 40 pounds of pressure, the parking brake should pop out, your brake indicator light should come on, and as we can see on this bus, it pops out at about 30 pounds of pressure. Okay, we're going to do our safe start, which means the bus is in neutral, the parking brake is on, and we don't have any dash lights illuminated. Start the bus up. Okay. We're going to check our oil pressure. It should be between 30 and 70 psi. Our amps should be between 75 above, 75 below, and the needle should go to around 0. The transmission temperature should be no higher than 200. Water temperature should be no higher than 200. Tachometer works. The speedometer we would check out on the road during our test. Volts should be between 12 to 15 volts. This bus, it usually runs a little over 14 volts. Okay, make sure we have plenty of fuel. And our air gauges should be rising gradually. And when it gets to 120 psi, the air should stop building and the governor will kick off the air compressor. Okay, I'm going to turn my headlights on. Okay, make sure my dash panel lights are illuminated. Okay, I'm going to check my left turn signal, which I can see the indicator light and I can see the left turn signal in the crossover mirror and along the side of the bus. Right turn signal, the indicator light, I can see it in the crossover mirror flashing and along the side of the bus. Check my bright lights, I can see them illuminated in the mirror, and I can see the indicator light on the dash panel. Okay, I would also check my windshield wipers and my windshield wiper fluid, make sure the wipers are not excessively streaking the windshield and the wiper blades aren't separating and that it's actually shooting windshield washer fluid out. Okay, we would do a radio check. Okay, I'm going to check my left defrost on high and low, right defrost on high and low, step well heater high, low, driver heater high, low, defrost fan high, low, rear heater high and low. I can hear the booster pump running. Heated mirror, the indicator light works if the mirrors were wet or frosted over. It would clean the mirrors off for me. Turn the strobe light on, the indicator light's working. We will check that on the walk around. Driver and passenger dome lights, we would check to make sure the lights are illuminated, the lenses are clean, not broken, and all the bulbs light up. Okay. Make sure my master flasher is on. I would check my noise suppression switch. When I hit that, it should kill any noisy equipment that might be running. Check my emergency override system. With that, the red indicator lights are illuminated and I can see the reds alternating back and forth in my crossover mirrors. And I can see the stop sign is out and the lights are alternating up and down. Now I'm going to check my amber warning lights, the indicator lights working on the dash, and I can see them alternating in the mirror left to right, and I'm going to leave those on, and then I will also turn on my hazard lights, make sure that the hazards are working in the crossover mirrors, and I can see along the side of the bus that the lights are illuminated. And check the horn, make sure the horn works. Okay, now we're going to do our walk back. To do the walk back, make sure we've got our amber lights and our hazard lights on. Okay, with the walk back, we're going to tug on the bottoms of the seats, and we're also looking at the tread on the floor in the aisleway, and the make sure all the screws are present and it's not rolling up anywhere. We're also checking the seat bottoms, the frame on the seat bottom, make sure they're securely fastened down to the floor and there's no damage to the seat frames. And so we're tug the seats the whole way back to the back of the bus. Okay, when we open our emergency door, the emergency lights and buzzer should come on. We're going to make sure that the door opens and stays secure. We're going to check our ambers to make sure that they're lit and they're alternating left to right. We're also going to check our tail lights, make sure that they're illuminated and that the hazards are working.